certified personal trainer and nutritionist. And today I have an advanced, no equipment, full body stretch and tone workout. So I have a bunch of these of different levels and different body parts. And normally I just go through the circuit, but this one actually has a warm up and cool down. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And if you'd like to help contribute, you can go to my channel page, and in the About, there's a link for donations. And before we begin, I also have an inspirational phrase to share with you. It says, "Adversity is the wrapping paper of opportunity." And I like this because sometimes in life, you have to really be tested to find your true strength. Sometimes it really takes you being pushed to your wits' end to make things work. So an example of this is if you have a really crappy job that you don't like, and instead of looking for a new job, you might not even have time to look for a new job. You might be there all the time, which is why you dislike it. And you eventually lose your temper and you quit. And now you have no backup plan, and you have bills to pay. So it causes you to have to look really hard, and perhaps that will help you to find a new job. And that has helped me because I tend to think quickly on my feet. And I was living in Tennessee, and everything was peachy keen. And then I had to come to another state to live, and there was it wasn't really planned. You just had to completely wing it. So finding a place to live and a job needed to happen stat. And so I got there on a Friday, but I had a job by Monday. And it was actually my job as a kickboxing instructor. And when I had started, I had no experience kickboxing. I had never learned it. I had fitness industry experience, but no kickboxing. And I winged it. And when I first started, most the people there had been boxing for a long time, and they were very good. And then there was me, and I was the instructor, which, you would regard them as someone to be knowledgeable in kickboxing, but I had no experience. And I had to work really hard to learn it quickly, and also to make it appear that I knew what I was doing. And I ended up learning a lot from that. I learned so much that I still use that knowledge to this day, and all of the knowledge I've gained in life has enriched my life, and I'm very, very grateful for all of it. So with that being said, we can begin our workout. The first thing we have is dynamic claps. And this is going to stretch all of the upper body, and it also increases the range of motion. So you're going to begin with a clap in front. It's pretty easy. Clap above, clap behind. And that is 1. We're going to do that 5 times. And then the next part of our warm-up is a leg swing, and we're going to do side to side and forward and back. So we'll start with side to side, and this is going to open up the hips, but from the parts inwards and outwards, or inner and outer. And what you're going to do is you're going to swing your leg like you're kicking a piece of ice under the fridge. And we're going to do that 5 times on each side. If you need to, you can hold on to something for balance, like a wall or a sturdy piece of furniture. And then we're going to do forward and back, and this is going to stretch the hip flexor and hamstring. So kick forward and back for 5 each side. Now we're ready to begin our workout. So we're going to travel to the floor. And the first thing that we have is a gate crunch series. So you're going to get into your gate, put your hands beside your ears, and first you're going to come to the side for your obliques, and then across. And we're going to do that for 8 on each side. to our next exercise, which is going to be a hurdler with the inner thigh V up. So you're going to, one leg extended, the other one is tucked behind you, and this is going to stretch the hip flexor. But if you have knee problems or you're not quite flexible enough to do this, then you don't want to force yourself into this position because it can hurt your knee. So from here, you're going to take your hand to your leg, the opposite sides, together. And we're going to do that for a total of 8 on each side. Now we're on to our next exercise, which is going to be a V-sit with the inner thigh lift. But this is a modified V-sit. You're going to sit with your hands and feet on the floor, and this is your V, and then you're going to take one leg, turn your toes out so your foot is at an angle or almost sideways, and then you're going to lift up. And we're going to do that for 10 on each side. And then we're on to our next exercise, which is going to be a pigeon with an ab twist. So you get into your pigeon, you bring your hands up, twist to one side, and then the other. And we're going to alternate sides for 10. Switch. Now we're on to our next exercise, which is going to be a high kick to a one-leg curtsy and a foot grab. So you're going to kick up high, bring your leg around, and you're doing a kind of one-leg curtsy, and you gotta grab your foot. So this is going to challenge your balance and stretch your hamstrings and work the gluteus medius and all the muscles close to your bones. So we'll be doing that for 8 on each side. Now on to our next exercise, so we're coming back to the floor. And this time we're doing a hurdler, but a different variation with a hip flexor lift. So this time your legs look like a 4. You're going to take this straight leg and lift it right up. To make the exercise more challenging, you can take your hands off the floor and reach for your foot. And this will engage more of your abdominals. So do it for 8 on each side. on to our last exercise before the cool down. So this time we're doing another hurdler, but back to the original one that we did, and we're going to do an arch with the other leg. So this leg here is going to form a rainbow, and we're going to do that 5 times on each side. Then we're on our cool down stretches. So the first thing we have is an ankle grasp hip twister. So you're going to grab your ankles and then rock your legs side to side. And this is going to stretch the hip flexor and the internal and external part of the hip. So we're going to alternate for 10. Then our next stretch is a cat and cow with hip release. Get into quadruped position, you're going to round your back, sink your belly in, and then push your hip in towards your shoulder on each side. That's 1, and we're going to do 5. And that concludes our advanced full body stretch and tone workout. I hope you enjoyed it. Please check out more of my other videos on YouTube on Wellness by Elizabeth, and like, subscribe, and share.